Welcome. All right, we're going to go over the options I have expiring this week. So the end of the week is October 3rd. Here's what I wrote down today. I had some options that I sold last week. So on Thursday and Friday, I sold options on the ticker symbols that are down the left-hand side. And this morning, these are the ones that I closed out because we were, quite a ways out of the money. So I went ahead and took profit on them. So as you can see, the MSTX, that's the 2x leverage on MicroStrategy ETF. SMR is small modular reactor. That's a nuclear energy play. Think AI data center play. MSTR, they buy and hold Bitcoin. IREN, they mine Bitcoin. They also have a role in the energy sphere. IBIT, that's the BlackRock's ETF that holds only Bitcoin. That's how people in their IRAs, if you want exposure to Bitcoin in your IRA, this is one of the ways that you can get it, is through buying IBIT. TNA, that is the Russell 2000, the 3x leverage Russell 2000 ETF. And so if we look at what I circled down here, and I'll go over each of these in a screenshot, but I closed out $2,190 of profit today, and it was a 71% return on those options contracts. So the first one up here is IBIT, like we just spoke about. I collected $386 profit and 86% return. So in the green, the two items in the green, $223.27, that's the options premium I collected last week when I sold those contracts, and then I bought them back in two chunks for $30.23 twice. So my position was IBIT was not going to go below $60 per share. So if we hop over to, I already have the calculator brought up, $60 IBIT times 1,758, because that's how many you need to make one Bitcoin. So my position was Bitcoin wasn't going to fall and stay below $105,480. So that's why I sold those contracts. And if you look here at IBIT, over the last month, it hasn't gone below $60 and stayed there. So that was another reason that I sold those contracts and felt comfortable with the premium that I had received. The next one is IREN. This one's been really hot lately. And so I sold, as you can see, the October 3rd, $33 strike. So once again, my position was it wasn't going to go below 33 and stay there. Today it was working pretty good, so I just went ahead and took profits. $273 and a 65% return. Let's go over to IREN. Yeah, as you can see, last week it did get down to $39.77, and over the last month it has been as low as $25, but my position was about right here where the cursor is, that it wasn't going to fall below this level, and obviously we were well above that level, so that was my position. Let's go to MicroStrategy. Traded this one for a long time. So in the green, just like before, the $232 and the $212, those are in the green numerals. Those are the options premium that I received, and then I paid $149 to close those out today. So 66% return, profit of $295. And MicroStrategy, it had been performing pretty weakly here recently. Let's take a look. So over the last month, the lowest it got down to was $295. So I felt comfortable at the $260 level. If we look back 6 months, the only time that it really broke below the $260 level was back there in April when everything tanked. So it got down to $237.94, but it didn't take very long. That's like a 1 week candle. Well, it's a 1 day candle. It was already back above 270. So $260 strike, I felt comfortable in that. And then, obviously today it finished at $326, so well above that strike. let's see, MSTX. This is the 2x leverage on MicroStrategy. I sold this one last week for $1,426, sold 10 contracts, and I chose the $17.50 strike. And same way with, this is going to roll in tandem with MicroStrategy. So if MicroStrategy goes down, this is going to go down with twice the velocity. If it goes up, it's going to go up at twice the velocity. So I sold the $17.50 strike for $14.26, and I bought it back today for $500, and I kept $926 of profit at 65% gain. And so take a quick look at MSTX. So almost 22 bucks it closed the day at today, so well above 17 and a half. If we look back over 1 month, the worst it's been is 1805, and over the last 6 months, the worst it's been is 1679. So totally felt comfortable selling the $17.50 strike because this thing has performed above that level basically for half a year. So I was good with that. What do we go? Okay, SMR, small modular reactor. I sold the $33 strike for the end of this week. This one moves all over. Just these nuclear names have just been, you might see 10% moves a day. So I just went ahead and collected profits, and I'll keep an eye on it. I ended up selling some more cash secured puts on it for the end of this week, but I can get into that at a different time. But collected $171 premium, sold it for, or bought it back for $55.12. So $116 profit, 68%. And here's the way I look at it, and I think I've spoken about this in other videos. If I'm up 60, 70, 80% in a single day with the whole rest of the week to play out, I'm going to go ahead and just take those profits and see if I can find other opportunities, on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, and try to sell more cash secured puts. But at least this way, like I showed you in the first screen, I collected over $2,000 in profit just today, just by collecting, by buying these contracts back. So I consider it a win. Here's our last one, TNA. I've tracked this thing since like 2019. I track this one in TQQQ every single day, so I'm pretty in tune with how this thing trades. So last week, what was it? On the 26th of last week, I had sold these contracts for $263 and ended up buying them back today for $70.23. $193 profit and 73%, at 73% gain. So go back to the original handwritten screen. In total, I had sold $3,075 worth of contracts, bought them back for $885, the difference being $2,190 of profit, and overall 71% return. So anyway, successful first day of the week, and I'll let you know how the rest of the week plays out. Thanks.